Number 6. Your Sinar mispronunciation. When I did promo A for the Busy World of Richard Scarry VHS promo, I talked about how Sinar is a Canadian children's show production. However, I mispronounced it by calling it Sinar instead of Sinar. I wasn't sure of how the I in Sinar was pronounced, whether it was the long I sound or the short I sound. But either way, I got introduced to this in my very first Bananas in Pajamas VHS entitled Cuddles Avenue. And I just found out that the Busy World of Richard Scarry is associated with Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon, which might make sense if you take a look at the intro. You'll see the Paramount Pictures logo in the first few seconds before it fades to the Busy World of Richard Scarry version of the Paramount logo. And the only way that you'll get Nickelodeon out of this is in the end credits. And I do remember seeing some snippets of that show on a Nick Jr. song commercial that I've seen a few years ago. And Sinar, for what I've seen, is not really associated with a Nickelodeon show that I've seen or a Nick Jr. show that I've seen on TV. I've seen this on PBS Kids shows. Whether I watch a good show in Arthur and a bad show entitled Caillou. And I do regret saying that show. I apologize to that late production company for this mistake, and it's pronounced Sinar, not Sinar. Number 5. Your Magenta comes over explanations. When I did the 3-part Why the Blue's Clues Magenta Comes Over VHS was doomed from the start 3-part miniseries, and I said that this was my number 1, not my cup of tea VHS, on that video I left out some bad things about this video, and I just forgot about them. When I talked about the Rugrats videos trailer, I failed to clarify on which Rugrats trailer that I meant, and it was the now on video version of the Rugrats Runaway Reptar commercial. And strangely enough, that was the episode that I did right before I concluded this 3-part miniseries. And if that Rugrats videos commercial wasn't bad enough, before the episodes on this tape started, there was the Bedtime Business song, and I think I left out the word business on the 3-part finale of this thing, and I'm still baffled as to why that song is in here instead of Blue's Big Pajama Party. I know I explained for my best guess for the Blue's Big Pajama Party releasing on VHS before that song was being made, and I think they did it a little too late for both of them to be on here at the same time. So I apologize for leaving those two things out doing this 3-part miniseries, and I'm still not letting Magenta come over. Number 4. Could you have thought of any other idea besides hiding? When I wrapped up the old things I talked about in Season 1, aka on my old channel, I talked about the Tac 2 Staff of Dreams commercial and why this dream of a game has become a nightmare to me. However, when we got to the scariest thing about this commercial, right here with this dragon, I said that the one thing I wanted to do was hide from this dragon. However, I did think about this commercial after I did this episode, and I thought that there might have been better ideas for me to do besides just hiding. Like, I could have been brave enough to go up to this dragon and punch it in the mouth hard. But then again, this dragon has pretty sharp teeth, and they're so sharp and big that even if I try to do it, my hand would get crushed and hurt and hit by those teeth really hard. Or another idea that I could have thought of would be grab some really long tape and hoping that this tape is really sticky, like the sticky tape from the Booba episode Leaky Hose, and just cover the dragon's mouth entirely with that sticky tape. That way, the dragon will try to roar at me, and the tape will be so strong that if he tries to roar at me, he'll have a hard time doing so, and that way I can run away from this dragon and never have to deal with it again. So, I apologize for not thinking of any other better ideas, and another idea that I have in mind is moving on to another mistake. Number 3. Little Bear's eyes were to the left, not the right. When I put the Little Bear movie teaser trailer in the top 13 scariest things I've ever seen in my life, I said that Little Bear's eyes were to the right when I would see regular Little Bear movie trailers. I watched the original trailers again, or the regular ones, and it turns out the Little Bear's eyes were to the left of the screen, not the right. But still, Little Bear's eyes are pointed directly at the screen in the teaser trailer, and I still think that's the scariest things I've ever seen in my life, or the scariest thing. I know I tried to do this, to do it as one of the final 3 episodes in Season 3 of William Weyser's Childhood Fears, but I didn't have the chance to do so, and wait until Season 4 for me to talk about this nightmare. And now that I realized the direction for Little Bear's eyes were at, it's true that I made the mistake, which I am sorry for, and now I need to have better directions.